Stock options. All right, we're going to be talking about trading stock options today, whenever you're watching this. Why I like to do it, and why you are going to like to do it as well, and why you're watching me right now, because I'm probably not too entertaining, but the numbers are nice. So we have an option contract. So we're buying contracts rather than buying a share of the stock. So Progressive, 76.91, we could buy a share of Progressive for 76.91. One share. One share, and let's just say that we did, a 2% return this last week, and last month 5%. 17% of the last 3 months. That's decent. Not decent enough for me though. So it would increase by $11 in the last 3 months. We would have made a whopping $11 if we just bought that. So you go get your 2 Starbucks Frappa lattes and enjoy it, or let's trade some options and buy some cooler shit. So an option contract is, it's essentially 100 shares of the stock. So we have calls, we have puts. So we can buy a call, which means we think the price of the stock is going to go up. Or we could buy a put, which means we think it's going to go down, which is nice that we can go both ways. It's just like shorting the stock. So we have the expiration date. Time is a factor in this. Your investment can hit zero, quickly too, and a lot of options will expire worthless. So that's why we want to buy the right ones, or else you're just going to be just losing money, and that's not why we're here. We're here to make a shitload of money. Okay, so right now, we got the May 17th calls pulled up right now. You can see that May, June, August, so they go out. They get more expensive the further you go out, because there's a lot better chance that in 3-6 months that this $77 stock is going to hit $77.50 or $80, than it is by May 17th, which is about 15 days away, which is why this is worth 58 cents or $58. So for less than the price of buying one single share of Progressive, we could buy the equivalent of owning 100 shares of the stock. And why would we want to do this? Well, because we don't have to put up as much money in front. The most money you could lose is $58. Okay, and I'm gonna help you not lose money. We're here to make money, as we said. So why would I want to buy this? Well, for one, technically, we go in and we look at the charts. There's lots of ways you can do it. So we look at the last week, they're kind of going up, and then it looks like we had a sell-off, and so we got our moving averages, the relative strength. So it's in oversold territory. So what happened is it goes up and it goes down. So it looks like a good time to buy. Just looking at this, and this is a really healthy looking chart. Just straight up. This is I've never looked at this till today, and I'll show you why I pulled it up, and we're looking at this one tonight. So one of my screeners picked up some activity, some unusual activity. So today, 327 contracts were purchased of the 77.50 strike. So 327 people, or who knows how many people it was. Could have been one. Whatever. So 327. So by May 17th, there were 327 contracts purchased for $1.38 or in between, and so they're betting that it's going to hit 77.50 in 15 days. So 1,500 others right now. The $80 strike. So, it's higher, which is why it's worth less than the 77.50. We look here and we look at the volume. And this is why we're looking at this right now. Someone today purchased 16,000 of these contracts. 16,000 of them. That's 1.6 million shares of Progressive. So by May 17th, someone is betting, and that's you can do the math. That's a lot of money they put down. That this stock is gonna move up rapidly from $77 about to 80 and above. You want it to go above. Some people will actually exercise the options and purchase the stocks. That's not what we're going to be doing here. You can if you want, but I'd rather just take the profit and sell before. Take my gains, move on, come back. I don't want to own the stock. I want to trade options, and I want to trade options because the returns. So rather than having to get $7,700 to buy 100 shares of Progressive, I can just get $58 and essentially own 100 shares and profit the same as if I did own 100 shares of it. So I'm going to show you, well, I'll show you in a later video what happens with this trade. Some of you might hopefully be making it too. So in the past, just some screenshots of why I like options versus regular share holding of stocks. So I purchased 2 contracts of Qualcomm for $50 or something. No, $100, $150, and it's too late for me to do math. For not a lot of money, and so this was in the morning. They just made friends with Apple again, and went up from like $60 to 70 something. So they took a big jump up, and I really wish I would have gotten in on that before, but I didn't. But whatever. So it went up a lot, and I bought a put. I thought it was going to go down. So right at this peak up here, I believe I bought I bought the $78 put. I think this is about $79 right here. And so, I slowly got in the money to 78, and by the time I got out of the shower, I made 102%. That's what we're talking about, 102% while I was in the shower, versus, 221% in 5 years. I took a shower and I did what the Progressive did in 2.5 years. That's a 2.5 year long shower. Let's go to the next one. Microsoft. I have 4 contracts right before earnings. This was when actually the morning of 7/31, right when it opened up. I sold these. I sold them right away, up 417%. So my small investment, which was the equivalent of owning 400 shares of Microsoft, I made $826 in a couple days. Good money. This one, I didn't even know anything about the company, and I just randomly bought it. And I think I paid 25 cents, 50 cents, $25-$50 for the contracts. And out of nowhere, this thing just skyrocketed 1,700%. Where do you see that besides Bitcoin? Nowhere. I mean, Bitcoin well, it's starting to do it. And well, we'll talk about that later too. But 1,700% in a couple days. Come on now, $860. You know, your paychecks be looking like that. Some of you, and this just happened. In a couple days, and for $50, $860, 1,700%. I wish I would have bought more, but it's okay because we just keep doing it, and we have limited risk. The most money I could have lost would have been $50 or something, but instead I have 1,700% return, $860. Close. So yeah, that's kind of a basic overview, and we'll get into some more stuff later. And yeah, join me. Let's make some money. All right, peace.